This is weird. All right, you ready? Nothing worried about a crowbar microphone. This week on From Mill to Still, crazy week. From framing and structural repairs to rain, more rain, and so much rain that the building floods. Crazy week, stay tuned. This week on From Mill to Still, it was just another scrambling week, as if last week wasn't crazy enough. If you haven't seen last week's Mill to Still video, that is the craziest week we've ever had, including lifting the floor. It was just insane. So watch that video, and if you haven't subscribed, also please do that. This week, we were done with the structural repairs, so now it's time to just frame and put everything back. So Arturo spent the better part of the beginning of the week redecking everything, and that's a big deal. I mean, on the old section it was 3.5 inches of decking, 4 inches of decking, and on the new side, the 1916 side, it was 4 or 5 inches of decking, just about, something like that. And they're tongue and groove boards that weigh like 70 pounds a piece, and we're manhandling them, dingle dangling above the second floor. It's just tough work. So the decking went back, and we put down modern 3/4 tongue and groove plywood over that, and now that's secure. Now, where we left off from last week, we left the building with a temporary roof that Arturo and I and Eric and Kevin, they put up this roof last minute last week. We did. We put it up right before we got rain over the weekend. So this big plastic roof is draped over our repair, leaving our building pretty vulnerable. And it rained like crazy. So I came in Saturday. I came in with the family, actually. I had the kids. Marty was testing out his new waders in the creek while I did all this pumping and dumping. But anyway, we had water from the rain pooled up in our temporary roof, so I was pumping it out with a sump pump, and you can see that in this clip here. I actually hooked that pump up to a remote switch, so with my phone I could turn it on and off later. We kept the building pretty dry, and once we were about halfway through the decking on Monday, I called Gaston Roofing and said, hey, what's the lead time on getting a new roof? And they're like, oh yeah, we can do it whenever. We want to see this building stay safe. So somehow we worked our way to the top of their line, which is really cool. Gaston Roofing is a phenomenal company, and I'm excited to see the work they do on our roof. So stay tuned to see how that goes down next week. So we have the temporary roof up, Arturo's putting the decking back down, and we're doing the structural repairs, and the rain just keeps on coming, and finally the the creek can't handle it anymore. Dutchman's Creek floods again. Not quite as bad as it did in 2020, but it floods all the way up to the building. So we've got water, just a creek, just flowing through the building, and we're trying to pay attention to that while we're doing all this nonsense. But that was pretty intense. Okay, so we had all the structural decking in, and we put the 3/4 board down, and we termite treated everything. So you had to spray it down to make sure if there was anything living, because all the stuff that we're using to do this decking came from the first floor. So we removed the first floor to fix other floors. Came from the first floor, and some of it came from the second floor. So we tore it up and we termite treated it just in case there was anything dormant in there. It's now like we've terminated the mess out of that place, so they cannot survive. We also had to put the big spikes in. So Kevin was doing the big spikes, and that's pretty cool to see someone just slamming 6-inch nails into wood. Like that's not an easy job. It's pretty impressive. So check that out. But we got all the nails in, we got all that in, the decking is back. So now all the floors are back the way they need to be, and we can put this wall back up. Yeah, I got it. Oh yeah, baby. Nail that f***er. So this wall is built almost entirely, structurally at least, out of the flooring that we pulled out of, like they repaired the floor on the first floor. Sorry, stay with me on this, but in 1953, somebody repaired a rotten section of the first floor. And they did that with 1953 lumber. We salvaged that lumber, we took all the nails out of it, we brought it up here, and it's flipping heavy, and we built this 2x8 wall. Every stud had to be cut individually. So, oh yeah, before we built the wall, we had to lift the roof up. So we're pretty good at lifting roofs by now. We had to level this roof off. I think this roof came up about 4 inches. It was just sagging from the rot. So we lifted the roof up, and then we started stick building this wall back together. So you could check out all this footage of us framing that back up. Lots of time lapses of us building this 2x8 wall. And then we framed up the door. We ran out of 2x8s at the very last minute. So if you look right here, this is a 2x8 from 1953. And this is a 2x8 from 2023. So check out that close up. It's not that Lowe's sells inferior 2x8s. This is just the industry standard for a 2x8, 1.5 by 7.5 inches here. And we have 2.25 by 7.5 inches here. This thing weighs, I don't know, 60 pounds. This thing weighs 20. We'll say 20 pounds. I don't know, I'm just making up numbers. But it's heavy, so we built all that by hand, stick built it back, and then we sheathed it on the outside, and we actually used pretty modern 1/2-inch plywood to sheathe the outside, and then we were able to do this special tape to seal everything up. So like this is a very well built wall, very structurally sound. It'll hold the roof up, and the load translates all the way down to the footings that you poured on the first floor. So this is a strong floor. Next week, we play basketball on this floor. So that's really cool. We were able to build this wall back, and Gaston Roofing will come in and they'll roof right up to it. We worked our asses off until, I don't know, Thursday. And we celebrated with Arturo making carne asada again. And we brought a grill to the mill. So now we can cook here. We're gonna start cooking here more often. I mean, every time Arturo's willing, we're gonna cook here. But he made us carne asada on, oh no, it was Friday. Friday, because I wanted it to be a chill day. I ended up getting into it at the bank, but anyway. But Arturo made carne asada, that was really cool. And I had a friend, Jay, come by, and he limbed up some trees, and they kind of like made bushes look like trees, because they are actually trees, but that was Friday. And that closed out our week. So this week is coming up, will be a little bit more chill, and less hectic. This job's moving forward. Pretty happy about it. Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we fist pound.
Huh?
Then we fist pound.
Okay.
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up this week's From Mill to Still. It was an awesome week, and we have lots of awesome weeks to come. And I hope you're watching all these videos.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Cheers.